If you're trying to lower your A1C, you've likely been told what to stop eating. Stop the sugar. Stop the white rice. Stop the bread. But here's the truth that most people overlook. Lowering A1C isn't just about what you remove. It's about consistently adding the right foods to your plate. A 1C isn't a snapshot of today's lunch. It's a 90-day story of your blood sugar patterns. One healthy meal won't change it, but a specific set of daily habits absolutely will. Certain vegetables do more than just provide vitamins. They act as glucose brakes in your bloodstream, slowing down sugar absorption and making your cells more sensitive to insulin. In today's video, we aren't just giving you a list of greens. We are looking at the top 7 vegetables that can naturally shift your A1C trend downward. I'm going to share how they work, how to eat them, and most importantly, a pro tip for each one that most health influencers miss. Stick around until the end, because I'm also going to share the 5-minute sequencing rule that can cut your post-meal spikes by up to 30% without changing a single ingredient. Let's get right into the first one. Vegetable number 1, spinach, the magnesium powerhouse. Let's start with one of the most accessible yet scientifically backed vegetables for glucose control, spinach. While it may seem like a basic salad green, for someone managing A1C, it is a metabolic essential. Spinach earns its top spot because it acts as a glucose brake, providing a dense concentration of nutrients that target the root causes of high blood sugar. The standout reason to eat spinach daily is its massive magnesium content. Magnesium is a critical cofactor for over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, but its most important role for us is as an insulin sensitizer. You can think of magnesium as the lubrication that helps the insulin key turn the lock of your cells. When your magnesium levels are low, which is a common deficiency in people with type 2 diabetes, your cells become rusty and resistant. This causes glucose to stay trapped in your bloodstream, raising your A1C. By flooding your system with the magnesium found in spinach, you are essentially making your body's natural insulin more effective at clearing sugar from the blood. Beyond minerals, spinach is loaded with lutein and beta-carotene. These are powerful antioxidants that combat oxidative stress. This is vital because chronic high blood sugar causes internal rusting or inflammation. This inflammation creates a vicious cycle where your body becomes even more resistant to insulin. Spinach helps break that cycle by neutralizing free radicals before they can damage your metabolic machinery. Furthermore, spinach is incredibly low in carbohydrates, meaning you can eat massive, high-volume portions without any worry of a post-meal spike. This volume provides the fiber necessary to slow down the digestion of any other carbs on your plate. Pro tip: the vitamin C pairing. Spinach contains non-heme iron and specific phytonutrients that are sometimes locked away by compounds called oxalates. To unlock the full nutritional potential of spinach and support your kidneys, always squeeze a fresh lemon over your cooked or raw spinach. The vitamin C and citric acid significantly increase the absorption of its minerals while helping to neutralize oxalates. It's a simple 5-second kitchen habit that turns a basic side dish into a pharmaceutical-grade blood sugar tool. A Chez Deschamps Second Avienus C Masterclass. Before we move to vegetable number 2, let's clear up exactly what we are trying to fix. Your A1C represents your average blood sugar over the last 8 to 12 weeks. Think of your red blood cells as little sponges. When your blood sugar is high, those sponges get sticky with sugar. A1C measures how sticky those sponges are. Because red blood cells live for about 3 months, your A1C only changes when you change your patterns. Most people fail because they try to be perfect for 3 days, but your body doesn't care about it for 3 days. It cares about the trend. By adding these 7 vegetables, you aren't just eating healthy, you are installing a fiber shield that prevents the sharp spikes that lead to a high A1C. Vegetable number 2, broccoli, the sulforaphane secret. Next on our list is broccoli, a vegetable that has transitioned from a simple side dish into the realm of serious metabolic medicine. Most people know broccoli is healthy, but few understand the power of a specific compound it contains called sulforaphane. For those struggling with a high A1C, the challenge isn't just the sugar you eat, it's often the sugar your liver produces. Your liver acts like a backup generator, releasing glucose into your bloodstream between meals and while you sleep. In many people with insulin resistance, this generator gets stuck in the on position. Clinical research has shown that sulforaphane can actually inhibit glucose production in the liver, helping to lower those stubborn fasting blood sugar levels that contribute to a high 3-month average. Beyond the liver, broccoli is a metabolic filler. It's incredibly low in calories but high in structural fiber, which creates physical fullness. When your stomach is occupied by the bulk of broccoli, your brain receives satiety signals faster, naturally leading you to eat smaller portions of the high-carb foods that cause spikes. Pro tip: the chop and wait method. This is the secret that separates health enthusiasts from the average person. The enzyme required to create sulforaphane, called myrosinase, is activated only when the broccoli is cut or crushed. However, heat destroys this enzyme. If you drop raw broccoli directly into boiling water, you lose the miracle compound almost entirely. To maximize the A1C benefit, chop your broccoli into small florets and let them sit on the cutting board for at least 40 minutes before cooking. This activation period allows the sulforaphane to form so it becomes heat stable. If you're in a rush, simply steam your broccoli and sprinkle a pinch of mustard seed powder on top. Mustard seeds contain a raw version of that same enzyme, instantly reactivating the broccoli's blood sugar lowering potential even after it's been heated. Vegetable number 3, bitter gourd, Karela, the insulin mimic. Now, we move to a vegetable that is polarizing because of its flavor but unparalleled in its metabolic power. Bitter gourd, also known as Karela. While many find the taste challenging, it is one of the few plants on Earth that contains compounds that act almost exactly like human insulin. The secret behind bitter gourd lies in a trio of bioactive substances: charantin, vicine, and polypeptide-p. Of these, polypeptide-p is the most fascinating to researchers. It is a plant-based insulin mimic that structurally resembles the insulin produced by your pancreas. When you consume it, these compounds help facilitate the movement of sugar from your bloodstream into your muscle cells and liver to be stored as fuel. Essentially, bitter gourd acts as a secondary key to your cells, helping your body clear glucose even if your primary insulin response is sluggish or resistant. Beyond just clearing sugar after a meal, it also influences how the liver handles glucose. In many people with a high A1C, the liver releases excess glucose during the night, known as the dawn phenomenon. Bitter gourd helps regulate this process, ensuring your liver doesn't leak unnecessary sugar into your system while you sleep. Because its effects are so potent, it requires caution. If you are already on glucose-lowering medication, adding daily Karela can significantly increase the risk of hypoglycemia, so always monitor your levels closely. Pro tip: the salt rub drain. The number one reason people stop eating Karela is the overwhelming bitterness. To make it palatable without losing the medicinal benefits, slice the gourd thin, rub it generously with sea salt, and let it sit for 20 minutes. You will see a dark, bitter liquid drain out. Squeeze the slices firmly to remove this juice. This sweating process removes the harsh alkaloids that cause the acrid taste while leaving the beneficial fiber and polypeptide-p intact. Sauté the remaining slices with onions and turmeric for a savory, blood sugar stabilizing dish. Vegetable number 4, okra, pindi. The glucose trap. Next on our list is okra, also known as bindi. While it is often polarizing due to its slimy texture, in the world of metabolic health, that texture is actually its greatest superpower. That slime is a type of highly soluble fiber called mucilage. Think of mucilage as a glucose trap for your digestive system. When you eat okra alongside a meal containing carbohydrates, like a serving of rice or a piece of bread, the mucilage forms a thick, viscous gel in your gut. This gel acts as a physical barrier that tangles up sugar molecules, preventing them from being absorbed into your bloodstream all at once. Instead of a mountain peak spike that stresses your pancreas, okra ensures you get a gentle hill of energy. Because A1C is essentially the average of all your daily peaks and valleys, using okra as a buffer is one of the most effective ways to shift your 3-month trend downward. Beyond fiber, okra is rich in antioxidants like isoquercetin, which helps protect the cells in your pancreas that produce insulin. Pro tip: the acid fix. The number one reason people avoid okra is the mouthfeel. However, there's a simple culinary trick to fix this without losing the health benefits. Use acid. Cooking okra with acidic ingredients like sliced tomatoes, a splash of apple cider vinegar, or a squeeze of fresh lemon juice chemically breaks down the mucilage just enough to remove the slimy texture while keeping the glucose-trapping properties of the fiber fully intact. This allows you to enjoy a firm, savory dish that works like a natural speed bump for your blood sugar. Just remember to avoid deep frying it in heavy batter, as the refined flour will counteract the very benefits you're trying to achieve. Vegetable number 5. Bottle gourd, Lauki, the volumetric hero. Our fifth vegetable is bottle gourd, commonly known as Lauki or dudhi. While it may seem like a humble, simple vegetable, it is perhaps the most underrated tool in the diabetic kitchen. On the surface, Lauki appears unimpressive because it is composed of nearly 96% water. You might ask, if it's mostly water, how can it actually help lower my A1C? The answer lies in a strategy called volumetrics. One of the primary drivers of an elevated A1C is overportioning carbohydrates. When we try to cut back on rice, roti, or potatoes, we often end up feeling hungry and deprived, which eventually leads to overeating later in the day. Lauki solves this by providing massive volume with almost zero caloric or glycemic load. By filling a significant portion of your plate with this vegetable, you trigger the stretch receptors in your stomach that signal fullness to your brain. You feel as though you've eaten a heavy, satisfying meal, but your blood sugar remains stable because the actual carbohydrate intake is minimal. Furthermore, Lauki is incredibly gentle. While some high-fiber vegetables like broccoli or cabbage can cause gas and bloating in sensitive individuals, bottle gourd is soothing to the digestive tract and supports hydration, a key factor in helping the kidneys flush out excess glucose. Pro tip: the 50-50 swap. To maximize the benefits, stop thinking of Lauki as just a side dish and start using it as a metabolic filler. If you are making a lentil soup or a meat stew, grate a large portion of bottle gourd and add it to the base. It will melt into the sauce, absorbing all the flavors of your spices while doubling the volume of your meal without adding any significant carbs. One critical safety note: if you ever taste a bottle gourd that is extremely bitter, stop eating it immediately. Rare gourds contain toxic compounds called cucurbitacins. If it's bitter, throw it away. It's not worth the risk. Vegetable number 6, cauliflower, the smart carb substitute. Vegetable number 6 is the ultimate chameleon of the metabolic world, cauliflower. While cauliflower is packed with essential nutrients like vitamin C and folate, its most potent power in lowering your A1C doesn't actually come from its vitamin profile. It comes from its ability to strategically replace the villains on your plate. The primary drivers of an elevated A1C are often the white carbs we've grown accustomed to: white rice, mashed potatoes, and refined white flour. These foods are essentially glucose bombs that digest almost instantly, causing sharp blood sugar spikes that linger in the bloodstream for hours. Cauliflower changes the metabolic equation. Because of its neutral flavor and unique texture, it can be grated into rice, steamed and mashed into potatoes, or even sliced and roasted into steaks. The math behind this swap is staggering. When you replace just 1 cup of white rice, which contains roughly 45 grams of carbohydrates, with 1 cup of cauliflower rice, which contains only about 5 grams, you are removing 40 grams of potential sugar from your meal. By eliminating these massive spikes day after day, you are directly lowering the 90-day average that A1C measures. It is one of the few ways to eat a large, high-volume meal while simultaneously protecting your pancreas from an insulin surge. Pro tip: roast, don't boil. The reason most people fail to stick with cauliflower is the texture. Boiling cauliflower makes it soggy and releases sulfurous odors that are often unappealing. To make this a sustainable, delicious habit, roast your cauliflower at high heat, 400 degrees Fahrenheit/200 degrees Celsius, with olive oil, turmeric, and black pepper. The high heat creates a savory, nutty flavor that provides the mouthfeel of a satisfying carb without the glucose impact. Additionally, the turmeric contains curcumin, which supports insulin sensitivity, while the black pepper ensures your body absorbs that curcumin effectively, doubling your metabolic defense. Vegetable number 7, fenugreek leaves, Methi, the sensitivity booster. Finally, we have fenugreek leaves, or Methi. While the seeds are famous for diabetes, the fresh green leaves are a nutritional powerhouse. Methi contains an amino acid called 4-hydroxyisoleucine, which has been shown in studies to stimulate the secretion of insulin when, and only when, blood sugar levels are high. It acts like a smart sensor for your pancreas. Additionally, Methi is incredibly high in soluble fiber, which slows down the rate at which your stomach empties. The slower your stomach empties, the more time your body has to deal with the incoming sugar. Pro tip: the dough mix. If you eat flatbreads like roti or chapati, don't just eat them plain. Finely chop fresh Methi leaves and knead them directly into the dough. This effectively lowers the glycemic index of your bread. You get the comfort of the carb, but the fiber and the smart sensor amino acids are built right into every bite. Putting it into practice. The plate method. Knowing the list is only 20% of the battle, the other 80% is how you structure your day. If you eat these vegetables but still have a massive plate of pasta or sugary soda, your A1C will stay high. Here is your daily blueprint, the half-plate rule. At every lunch and dinner, fill 50% of your plate with one of these 7 vegetables first. The 5-minute sequencing rule. This is the most important takeaway from this video. Eat your vegetables 5 minutes before you touch your carbohydrates. Studies show that when fiber hits the stomach first, it creates a lining that slows down the absorption of the bread or rice that follows. This simple order of operations can drastically reduce your post-meal glucose spike. Rotation, not perfection. You don't need to eat all 7 every day. Pick 2. Next day, pick 2 others. This prevents diet fatigue and ensures you get a wide range of minerals. 3 common mistakes that kill your progress. Even with these vegetables, I see people make 3 mistakes that keep their A1C stuck. Mistake number 1, the fat trap. If you cook your spinach or broccoli in heavy cream, butter, or refined vegetable oils, you are adding massive amounts of calories and potentially inflammatory fats. While fats don't spike blood sugar directly, lipotoxicity, excess fat in the blood, can worsen insulin resistance over time. Use olive oil, avocado oil, or simple steaming. Mistake number 2, the juice myth. I'll just juice the bitter gourd and spinach. No. When you juice, you remove the insoluble fiber. The fiber is the brakes of the car. Juicing is like taking the brakes off and hoping you don't crash. Eat the whole vegetable. The chewing process even signals your brain to start producing digestive enzymes. Mistake number 3, the magic pill. Expectation. Vegetables are not a reset button. You cannot eat a large pizza and then eat a bowl of broccoli and expect a flat blood sugar line. These vegetables work by improving the baseline. They make your good days better and your bad days less damaging. The final takeaway. Lowering your A1C naturally is a marathon, not a sprint. Imagine your A1C is a large ship. You cannot turn a ship around in 1 second. It takes a long, slow curve. These 7 vegetables, spinach, broccoli, bitter gourd, okra, bottle gourd, cauliflower, and fenugreek, are the rudder that helps you turn that ship. If you commit to filling half your plate with these for the next 90 days, your next blood test won't just be a number, it will be a testament to your consistency. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 vegetables is your favorite, and which one have you been avoiding? Comment below. I try to respond to as many as possible to help you on your journey. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps our channel reach more people who are trying to manage their health naturally. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.